Hey everybody, so I am getting ready to head out for my run, and this is week 2 of our marathon training block as I prepare for the Detroit Marathon. And I'm bringing you this video a little bit early. Normally I'd wait till the end of the week to recap the week's worth of workouts that I completed and just talk about those and how it went. But this video is a little bit time sensitive because this channel is all about sharing information, and if I can save you guys a little bit of money, I want to do that. So I want to tell you about some deals that are out there that I was able to take advantage of. The first one is on a new pair of running shoes. So this is the Nike AlphaFlies. So I was on Nike's website, I don't know, maybe a week ago or so. And I was looking to pick up a fresh pair of the Next Percent 2. Now, those are the shoes that I ran the Bayshore Marathon, and I absolutely love those shoes. They did a fantastic job. I didn't have any issues with them, so I wanted to pick up a fresh pair and just set those aside and have them waiting for me in October for Detroit. But what I discovered is that, and to my delight, is that the AlphaFly, the original AlphaFly, was on sale. And I'm sure that's because the newest version is coming out or is out. I don't know if it's available yet to be picked up, but I'm sure the price tag is going to be up there as it was on this shoe. And that's really why I haven't run in this up until now, is because of the price tag. But I was able to pick these up for $205 on Nike's website, and I did see that Running Warehouse has them for the same amount of money. So there are different places that you can go to look around if you're interested in picking up a pair of the AlphaFlies, and the Next Percent 2 was on sale as well. So there's a couple of options for you there if you want to save on a new pair of running shoes, super shoes by Nike. So I'm pretty excited to try those out, and I think today what I'm going to do is take you out on the run with me while I test these out, because I haven't run in them yet, so it won't be a full review of the shoe by any stretch. This will be just my first impressions of first time putting them on my feet to see if I think that they're going to work out for me for my next marathon. And then who knows, if I get accepted into Boston, I may have the AlphaFlies on my feet, but we'll see how that goes. But and the other opportunity to save a little money is on some action cameras, right? So I use the Insta360 Go2 action camera a lot. It's just a tiny little camera, which is why I love it. It's lightweight, but probably the coolest feature is it has horizon lock. So you can twist it around however you want, and your picture's going to stay steady, and your horizon's going to stay level. So I love that camera, and the camera that I'm going to be taking with me today to film the AlphaFlies is the One RS, and I almost exclusively use the 360 lens on here. Now it comes with a couple different lenses, but I use the 360 lens because I can get a full shot of me and the shoes and all that kind of good stuff that I like to show on the channel. But I was shopping around. I want to pick up an additional battery for this because one of the things I want to do, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time, is to film one of my runs, not from point of view, but basically the other direction, so you can see just the trails as if you were running. Or maybe that is point of view. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to film a trail run, for example, that might take 45 minutes, maybe an hour, or even longer. So I wanted a battery because that's a long time. I had an additional battery to make sure that I was able to capture all of that footage. Because in the wintertime, if I'm on a treadmill, sometimes I want to just pull up something like that on my tablet and watch it as if I was running, again, on those trails or wherever. So the Insta360, they're having a sale. It runs July 8th through the 15th. You can save 15%, on the action camera. And if you use the link in the description, you can also get a free accessory too. So with the Go2, it's a lens guard, I believe, and then with the One RS, it's a battery. So a couple opportunities for you to save some money on some running shoes, or if you're looking to pick up an action camera to film yourself when you're out running, share it with your friends, your buddies, or share it here on the channel. That would be awesome. If you want to take some pictures and share them, I'd be glad to for us to be able to share those with one another, because I think that's always cool and fun to do. So I think the plan, though, like I said, is for today's run, I'm going to take you along with me, and we'll do that first. But then when we come back together after the run, I'll review all of the different workouts planned for this week. So after today, it'll be the 3 that I've completed, and then the 2 additional workouts that are coming up. And then we'll just go from there. All right, so let's get to it. And I have to say, so far I'm liking what I feel. what was really interesting to me is when I ran the Bayshore, I was just coming off an injury, not fully recovered. And I was really worried that I was going to screw up my shins and my ankle even worse, because I've been working so hard during that training block to not stress it and try to heal. And to my surprise, the next percent too did a fantastic job. In fact, I didn't have any kind of shin or ankle pain at all through the marathon. And what's kind of interesting about this is that I have the same feeling in the AlphaFly. Only the AlphaFly has I can feel it right away, has a wider base. And to kind of get into an easy tempo that I'm in right now, I'm not trying to push the pace at all. I just wanted to get out and get a feel for these shoes. So I'll do a more, extensive review of these later when I have a few more miles, but frankly, I'm not going to jack up the miles on these. So just so you know, because they are expensive, and I'm not going to run out and buy the AlphaFly 2s anytime soon. I'm sure they're going to have over a $300 price tag, and that's just a lot of cash. But these feel really good, and what I like about them is, they seem to get into an easy pace. So as I strike the ground, my feet are just kind of popping back up. So it just makes it easy to get into a rhythm and maintain that rhythm, and I really like that. So these are definitely a contender for the Detroit Marathon as I look ahead to that. And then further down the road, hopefully, fingers crossed, I get accepted into the Boston Marathon. But I won't know that until much later. But in the meantime, I'm going to have some fun trying out some new marathon options. So I'll be really curious to know what you guys think. If you're running in the AlphaFlys now, do you plan to continue to run in them? Are you going to upgrade the AlphaFly 2s when they become available to you? Or are you thinking about switching? Maybe going with, Asics. They got the Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Edge. Then they got the Plus versions. So we just have lots of good choices. It's a great time to be a runner. So I guess a bit of a bonus, kind of a yay nay thing. It has started to rain, so the pavement, concrete pavement can get pretty slick. So this is my opportunity to test these out when there's a little bit of rain, because we all know come race day you could be in any condition. So this is a good chance for me to see how these are going to do when things are a little bit wet. And so far I can say so good. This was not my first choice to run in the rain today, but we're going to make the most of it. And I've been on concrete as I just come off the sidewalks. Now I'm out on the pavement. This is kind of a tarby asphalt. And I don't feel like I'm slipping around at all. When I strike the ground right now, I don't feel like, my feet are slipping, or when I'm trying to toe off. Now, I will say, I am not running fast. This is a recovery day run for me, believe it or not. Not a shoe I would normally pick up for recovery day just because of the expense, and you want to save the miles. But I was too excited to try these out. So my overall first impressions of running in the AlphaFly, the original AlphaFly, is a really positive one. And one of the things that struck me the most, and a little bit different than with the Next Percent 2, is that it was a little bit easier to get into a pace range and just maintain that pace. The Next Percent 2 has a more aggressive rocker design, or a more aggressive carbon fiber plate that really wants to pop you forward. And they feel really good, especially at that marathon pace. But if you slow down at all, they don't feel as good. They still feel good. They just don't feel as good. Where These have a bigger range, I think, so you can go a little bit slower in these, or you can go a little bit faster in these, and they still feel terrific, across those different paces. So whether you're running a pace like I did with the Next Percent 2 at Bayshore, where it was a 7:55-minute mile, that felt really good in Next Percent 2, and it felt really good in these. The difference was when I slowed down, and it was a recovery run that I took these out on. So I was trying to pull back the reins because it's a super shoe and they want to go fast. And they still felt really good. So, as I would look down and I was slowing, pulling the reins in and slowing down to that 9-minute mile pace or even a 9:30-minute mile pace, they still felt terrific. So that is a big plus for me. So anyway, so that is the AlphaFly. So far, so good, but we'll see. I've got plenty of time to make that decision, a little bit later on down the road because we're only into week 2. So let's take a look back at the week. So for this week, I have 5 different workouts. It started with a recovery run, and that was on Monday. And then Tuesday, I was back down at my local high school track to run some intervals. And then the recovery run on Wednesday from running those intervals in the AlphaFly. And then looking ahead, so today's a rest day, which gives me an opportunity to put this video together for you guys. And again, it's just because I don't want you guys to miss out on some sales, so save yourself some money if you're looking at these shoes. So Friday is going to be some more interval work, and then Saturday will be the long run. So if you guys want more information about each of the different workouts that were completed, you can join me on Strava. I'll put a link in the description below. So basically, you'll be getting that information in real time as I complete them. They get uploaded. And it's also a place that you guys can share pictures of what you're doing. I always love to hear about what you guys are up to, the workouts you're completing. If you're training for a race or something along those lines, I'd like to hear about that. And just support one another. But for today's video, I think what I'm going to do, rather than going through and recapping, the 3 different workouts that I've completed so far this week, I'm just going to pick on one of them, and it'll be the intervals, the speed work. I think that's probably the most interesting that I completed down at my local high school track. Today I'm doing a little bit of speed work, which is why I'm headed to the track. I'm back in the Streakfly to do that. Because again, I wanted to run those up to 100 miles, just to let you guys know how they do after that amount of distance and time that I put into them. See how that midsole, all that ZoomX is going to hold up, how that carbon fiber shank plays out over the long haul, to see if these shoes are really worth the $160 that they're asking for them. Right now, because of the sales and so on, you can pick up, the next level up, the Nike Next Percent 2 or even the AlphaFly. Because the sales are pretty decent. As Nike brings out the new models this year, obviously they're going to be clearancing out some of those other ones. So, all right, I'm going to go out and get it done. All right, so that kind of wraps up week 2 of our marathon training for this week anyway. And let's keep the conversation going. So in the comment section below, maybe share if you found some really good deals on running shoes, where you found them, and what the deal was. That would be awesome. So let's share it with one another. Maybe we can save each other a little bit of money. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Bill.